Hello everyone, welcome back to Prince of Persia part 10. Yes.
Woo.
So, yep, it's me and Jamie again.
Yep.
I think, I think this is the bit where we like lower a bridge or something um, to get to the other side of the palace. Anyway, back to drinking more water because, yes, healthy. Gets your health back. All that jazz. I think. Yeah, we basically destroyed a herd last time. I mean, not like a goat herd. I mean, like a herd of enemies. Um, you know, Resident Evil. But yeah, we get a little bit of a break from the enemies because if there's anything that I slightly don't like about the Prince of Persia series, sometimes they do throw so many enemies at you, and you get like a little break and then they throw more enemies at you. So it's like, yeah, you probably need to, cut it out. Maybe get a bit more platforming in there. There's nothing. The combat system is fine, but when you're repeatedly jumping over and stabbing all the time, it does get a bit repetitive. Um, so
Exactly.
I can see why people sort of don't the sort of people like this game, but at the same time they prefer like War Within's combat system because it's just so much more fluent and quicker, and at least you can deal herds of enemies faster. Um, well, depending on the enemy, some are stronger than others, but with this one it's just slow, so it's kind of slow paced. But it's the first game, I can forgive that. I still can't really. I still find this kind of like a gem, really. The Assassin's Creed before Assassin's Creed, and I have played the first one, Assassin's Creed, and I do like it, but I still prefer the Prince of Persia series. But it might be just nostalgia. I don't know, but I just prefer them. Yes, I remember this one. This is a stupid part. Basically, we need to lower the bridge. We need to get up to this area to lower the bridge. But on the way, there are traps that basically try to screw us over. Now, there's a proper way to avoid this trap. However, I derped out so hard that I couldn't figure it out. I totally forgot that I ended up killing myself so much that I ran out of sand power, so I just ended up killing myself anyway. So I don't know what happened. I really like when I look back at it now, I think this is obvious. However, I will say I did do this the first time I played the game. This bit, this bit here. Te- okay, I'll give you a challenge. What do you think you're supposed to do here, Jamie, to get past this trap?
Running.
Run along the wall. Yep.
And yeah,
I
that's what I was thinking.
I didn't think of that. The most obvious thing ever, and instead I keep getting stabbed. It's like I have a death wish or something, or I deliberately want to kill the prince. Instead, I think,
One smack you puncher.
phew, that's some acupuncture. It's like, yeah, there's no certain you'll survive, but go for it. For some reason, I don't know. I thought, oh, I could probably slow down time. That'll help. Nope, can't slow down time. To be honest, I really think it is the only way you can run. You have to run along the wall. I don't think there's any other way to do it. Believe me, I
Yeah,
tried.
it looks like the best way.
I derped out so hard. I don't know, I just thought, I can't run on the wall. Of course not. I just have to try and creep my way across, but no, there's no way. It's just not possible. I just spend like 2-3 minutes, and it's just too late then. I just like, oh well. I don't know. I just didn't get it. And then I tried to hide between the pillars, and then they killed me again, and I was about to give up. I do eventually just die in the end. I just like, yeah, what am I thinking? I don't know. What can I say? I had a moment. But I will admit, I hate I hate that. When something has screwed me over before in a game, I haven't played it in years. I go back to it, and it screws me over again because I completely forgot.
Yeah.
Even no matter how obvious it is, I still can't remember. I hate that. I absolutely hate that. It's just like, it's always like I used to have this trouble with the Onimusha Warlords puzzle. Yeah, I did. Um, the water puzzle, I used to always screw myself over. I'd done it like 4 or 5 times, but every time I do it, because I come back to it after a while, I forget how to do it every time, and I just keep dying. And I'm like, come on, I should know how to do this by now. I've gotten a bit better at it, but still, it's just one of those things. And on Onimusha 3, actually, there's a real well, I can excuse this one because it's like right near to the end of the game. So you'd have to play to the end of the game to then remind yourself how to do this trick. But still, it's like, it's real dickish. Uh, and I just can never remember how to do it. It's hard.
Alright.
It's a stupid bit. It's just this gas chamber bit in Onimusha 3. And this code is laid out like a PlayStation 2 controller. And you have to press the buttons to unlock the latch to get out of the chamber, otherwise you get gassed. And you
Yeah.
got to press like the directional pad in right order. Basically, this boy is saying like, okay, you have to remember what you press. It's like Simon Says, you press a load of things in the
Aye.
combination, and you have to remember. Of course, as you get closer and closer to the last latch, it gets faster and it gets longer. So you then have to remember to do everything in order, and that's a pain.
Yeah.
And if you screw up, the gas meter goes up even more to say, you screwed up. You're gonna die quicker now. So yeah, not one of my favorite moments of the game. Anyway, yeah, I figure it out. This trick here, it's just kind of derped out really, but yeah.
Easily done.
Mm. So which I know you've played this one. Have you played any other Prince of Persia games in the series?
I played. I'm trying to think. I played. Oh, what's the last one called? Is it Two
Two
Thrones? Is it
Thrones
Two
out of the
Thrones?
trilogy, yeah. Yeah, it'll be Two
Yeah,
Thrones, yeah.
yeah, that. Yeah, because basically that was that one, but that's like because they re-released it on like PSP, didn't they? But
That's
it's
right, yeah.
basically the same game, just they modified it slightly.
Yeah.
Basically, I played that, and I played up to a point, but I never got past a certain point because I was a borrow. And then I got to a certain point, and I never managed. I've never actually managed to finish the whole game.
Yeah. Um
Yeah, and I've played, as I said, PS3, the one on PS3, just the Prince of Persia one where they like when a cell shaded, that one.
yeah, yeah, I've got
You know
that
what
one.
I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah, that one. Yeah,
What did you think of that one?
I think I quite enjoyed it.
Yeah.
It's probably not as good as the like this one and the other
Nah.
ones, but that's still decent enough game.
Yeah. Um the one thing I never quite got, well, when it comes to story, I actually do really like the story. Now, I know a lot of people get a little bit tired because the prince tells the story of, oh, he's a
Yeah,
prince, this happens, yada yada yada, creatures, intimate relationship between boy and girl. She dies, he reverts everything back to normal, blah blah blah. A lot of people don't like that, but I do like the little touches of War Within and Two Thrones. Like Two Thrones, they go back to explaining, oh, this all happened, and whatnot. And spoiler alert, Farah's in that game again, but she's older. Well, they're both older, to be fair. And obviously, she
yeah.
doesn't remember anything. So he still remembers after so many years, but she has no clue who she is. But anyway, she's all like, tell me the story or blah blah blah, and it's like, sit down, I'll explain the story again. You're like, oh, here we go, sands of time. But no, I actually don't mind that. The one thing I didn't like about the PS3 one is that I felt like the story was, it was just kind of like a hit and run, and it didn't really make sense. Um, it's called Prince of Persia. Okay, fine. I never quite understood where's the prince. Now, if you ever pay attention, the main guy who's obviously supposed to be the prince, he never says he's a prince. He says he's a
No,
thief.
no.
He says he's a thief. And I can't remember the girl's name in that game, but she obviously knows that he's not a prince. He's not dressed like a prince. He is,
Yeah.
dressed like a dodgy person, in a way, a thief. And I'm like, okay, right. You think just because you can do acrobatic skills, you call him Prince of Persia and it's all good? But no, 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 no. There's a reason why it's called Prince of Persia, because it's Persia and he's the Prince of Persia. But for some reason I don't get it. I don't know. When it comes to story for
Yeah,
certain
it's a bit
games,
weird.
I'm just like, what happened? Come on. I mean, there's even I can't remember if it's a downloadable content. No, no, it's not downloadable content. Oh no, actually, I think it is. But there's two ways you can get it. You can collect those weird white light things in that game. I think you have to collect all of them, and you can unlock
Yeah.
a costume for him and the girl. Um, or you can just buy it. I think if you don't want to bother all that stuff and download it.
Yeah.
But we got herd of enemies again. Lovely. But yeah. The costume is basically the prince and Farah. It looks really, really odd though, in that sort of in that sort of cell shaded. I feel like
Yeah.
they kind of got his model from the PlayStation 2, slapped it in there, and just gave it the PS3 look, and it just looks odd. It don't look right at all. It's really out of place.
Uh,
But you know, if anything, you should call it the Princess of Persia, considering there's a princess, but there's no prince.
exactly.
So I don't quite get that. I will say though, I applaud. Yeah, I got game over. They screwed me over, but I applaud them for trying. I don't hate the Prince of Persia game. To be honest, it's better than the 2D ones. Well, any of them are better than 2D ones, but you know. I think I tried to do the Mega Burst here. I think it's called the Mega Burst, where you can just slash enemies at super fast speed. But I keep screwing up. It does help here because the problem is you're in a confined space, and
Yeah.
you can't jump over these enemies normally. If you do, they knock you down. So you have to use the walls, and obviously there isn't many walls here, so you kind of have to just rely on slashing about like a madman. I don't know what I'm doing here.
And hope for the best.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know why I'm looking at my controller. I never have to change my controller at all.
Shall I go
But
on?
okay. Um, no idea. I had a moment, I guess, to think.
Then I'll continue.
Use it. Yes, use it. Use your Mega Burst. That beautiful Mega Burst. There we go. Slash, 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 slash. And I believe I do finish all of them off. So yeah, it did its job. Look at that. See? Done. Totally worth all those sand tanks going. And she runs off like a moron. Oi, come back here, girl. No, she's gone. Well, I'm hanging about trying to figure out what to do. But anyway. But yeah. Time for another trippy vision. Here we go. But what was it? The new Prince of Persia has a bit of a funny ending, of course, as well, because the whole point of view is, sealing this so-called evil demon god thing, and then
yeah.
the the so-called prince, no name guy, whatever, um, he, is like, oh, but I've fallen in love with the princess, so I can't let her die, and so it starts all over again, and it's just like, why? And he just sort of looks at her, and he's like, no reason, nothing. They got nothing to say, and it's just like, oh, you idiot. And then it's like, okay, so that was technically completely pointless then, because he's just released him again. Okay,
Mm.
I
Yeah,
I
because
hate games like that. Ugh.
there is actually DLC for that actually
Yes, that's
to
right. Yeah,
continue the. Yeah, I have it, but I haven't actually completed it.
yeah. I'm the same. I have it, but I haven't
Got
completed it yet.
yeah, because I got it like years after, because that's like I think it was only like £2 because that was on sale
Yeah,
or something like that. So I bought it thinking, oh, I'll play it one day. Started playing it one day, got
I'll just wait for you
about
here,
halfway
little
through it,
one.
and then I don't know, I just stopped playing it for some reason. I must have got another game or something maybe
Yeah.
while I was playing it.
Yeah.
So it distracted me, and then I never ended up finishing it.
Mm. Yeah, I do need to get back to it. I think mine was a similar thing. I probably just like because when I got Prince of Persia, it's when the first time I got a PS3, so I was trying to build up my collection, and so I had lots of games to play. So I kind of done the main story and thought, sod it, I ain't gonna get DLC right now. And then I just got it, and I thought, yeah, I'll get round to it after I've finished playing other games. But I just never did. So I just need to get back to it. There's lots of games I just haven't got back into it. There are some games that pull me in, and there's some games that don't. Uh, that Prince of Persia game doesn't really pull me in, if I'm honest. I'm fine once I get started, but I need to be motivated to play that game. Once I'm in, I'm cool, and I'm like, yeah, what was I worried about? I derp here, but I don't necessarily, when you just feel like you want to play a certain game. I don't get that with that.
Yeah.
I just don't. I get that with these three though. I get them with the trilogy because I love them so much. They're great games. One of my favorite games, PSC games of all time. Um, and I get the need to want to play them, but unfortunately, like with the Final Fantasy games, I love RPGs, but for some reason, I just don't have patience for Final Fantasy. I just don't. I try and play them, but it's like Final Fantasy X. I've never completed, but I know I'm close, but I just can't get into it. Once I get there, I'm fine, but I just
Yeah.
can't get into it. And obviously it's the grinding and it's finding enemies to get experience. Same with Final Fantasy 12. I love that game. I enjoy it, but it's so long and I just can't get into it. And I call it a little bit like a RPG block is what I call it. I'm basically at a bit where I need to grind to level up, but I just can't be bothered, so I just leave it and come back for it for a while. And I'm just at that block where I'd rather just play another RPG, just a different one altogether, if I'm honest. So I'd rather play Dragon Quest 9 or something on my 3DS than play that. I know it's bad, but I just don't have the motivation for it. This is a weird sequence. We basically have to pull these levers, a bit like we did last time, to make these platforms go up. Um, the prince will do it, then she'll do it. Yeah, nothing really more to say. There's a few buzz saws in the way. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I dubbed out the first time. I don't know why. I dubbed out a lot in this part, but I'll be sure to try and change that. Yeah, I think you have to run along here. Yeah, and then for some reason there's a little scene where he sees sunlight and he feels the need to pull off part of his sleeve. I don't understand that.
That's all the rage nowadays, isn't it?
Is it?
Gotta have one sleeve ripped off,
Oh
yeah.
yeah, and oh yeah, and your pants sticking out and your trousers down
Yeah.
low. It's all the rage. Fashion. I don't understand you. And that's why I'm not very good when it comes to clothes. I'm not a clothes guy. If it looks good, cool. But I'm not like, oh, does this look good? Is this going to be good if I go out tonight? Yeah. No. Don't care, really. Just,
Yeah, I'm the
yeah.
same. I just buy whatever is cheapest, to be honest. As long as it doesn't look too horrible,
Yeah.
then I'll just wear whatever.
Yeah. I mean,
And I only
on the off chance I were to impress a girl, on the very off chance, maybe, but that's it. And even then, I'd probably just have something that I'd wear, and I think, okay, this is smart enough. That'll do. Go. Go. Go to the world, whatever. But, yeah. Yes, you are. She says that a lot. But, yes. Can't even remember what else do we do in this part. Not much. Not much left, I don't think. I think. Yeah, see if she can fit under there. Yes, she can. Link, you are not.
I knew that whole time. I just wanted to
But I think not yet. But I think this is where we get to the we get to the baths in the next part. We've got for some reason the vultures completely ignore her, but they don't ignore me. Of course, I don't know. Must be attracted to the dagger. I don't know. Or the prince has got good looks or something. I don't know. I don't want to pick his face. Like seagulls, it's just like they want their fish. Moin. The fish and chips. Moin, moin, moin. But they're not too bad. Just the typical. Farah will try, and I think she tries and helps you, but she ends up going behind the door anyway. So she's just kind of like hiding there, and it's like, well, I could use a hand here. Never mind. Ugh. But yeah, I believe I think it's the start of the next part. We go to part of the baths where the prince has his little, I like to call it, episode, where he talks to himself and he starts mumbling things because he's getting annoyed and frustrated. So yeah, he has little conversations with himself. Which is quite funny.
Completely normal.
Yes. The things you do.
Nothing wrong with talking to yourself.
Things you do when you're alone. You're all alone. Poor prince. But I think the bridge breaks when you get to this bit. Just randomly. Just okay.
When he's perfectly safe on the other side, it just decides to fall over.
Yeah.
At least that's kind enough to wait. At least it didn't do it when he was on.
I know, right? Convenience game. Thank you. Love it. Oh, final trippy of the video. There we go. Yeah, pole to pole action. Does it show the baths in this place? No, I don't think so. It shows you how to get to the baths, but yeah, that's it. That's pretty much it. Yeah, in the next episode, I believe we do go to the baths and he starts mumbling and stuff. There's also when we get a load of bats come after us, because we haven't seen the bats yet, and they are irritating. And do you know why? Because the game looks to put the bats in the most awkwardest places. Do you know where they put them? You're on a ledge and they put a swarm of bats after you. All you can do on the ledge is swipe. If you don't swipe quick enough, they will knock you off and you die. Bottomless pit. So, yeah. The only thing, if anything, I hate them because of that. Their placement could have been a lot better. But for some reason, oh, hello, we're just going to throw these bats at you when you are clearly going to die off the edge. So lovely. Anyway, she's moaning about the door broken. So he's like, fine, I'll do it the hard way, acrobatic. And she has the nerve to say, try not to take too long. Bitch, you want to try this or something? Damn girl. Ugh. I don't know what I'm doing. I think I'm just kind of ending the recording session here. I don't know. But anyway, guys, I'll say we'll end it here, considering I don't know what I'm doing. Anyway, yeah. So this is the end of part 10. Part 11, we go into the baths where the prince decides to have a little conversation about himself, because that is totally sane. See you guys next time.